Here's a man with 11 years experience behind him. It's very, very tricky, Escadapid. It's wide for the bikes, but the surface is loose and demanding. And now, from this left-hander, it's up and down across the gully, downhill, and now the long drag up. And Kevin Reid has got to do a time of less than 60 seconds to be in the running. He's taking for the first time the big jump. Up. And that's a good one. He's landed squarely, accelerates away up the hill. Now look at that glorious countryside in the background. Here's a man, an ex-schoolboy racer, second in the 1979 Schoolboy Championship, first in the Hansgrohe National Support, and a lot of others. And his split time, 57 seconds, halfway up the hill. Now, that's going to be a challenge for all the others. Now the second jump, watch the rear wheel, takes it nicely, the front wheel just touches the ground, and away goes Kevin Reid. 57 seconds then, halfway up the hill, now into the gully, nearly at the top, and you can very easily come off here. Lots of throttle, and under the banner he goes. 1 minute 42.6 is Kevin Reid's time, and that's the target for everybody else behind him. Bags of dust, but give it time to clear before the next man comes up, and that is Gary Dunn, 19 years old. He comes from Swindon, and he's riding an absolutely unique machine designed and built by his father, John Dunn, the Formula One Grand Prix tuner, and it's a 495 swing-link frame with a Yamaha engine. Look at the way that rear wheel seems to be just resting in the swinging arm with no visible means of support. The bike handles beautifully. Here's a man, Gary Dunn, his second year in the British Championship. He's riding in the 250 series, and I remind you, as he comes up to and takes the first jump, hits it, lands cleanly. I remind you that his split time target, that of Kevin Reid, is 57 seconds. So, and he's done it. He's faster. He's on his run. Gary Dunn has done it in 56.7 seconds. That's 0.3 of a second faster than Reid. Not much, but enough. Now into the second jump. And another clean finish. Professional racing driver and a mechanic, first in the Schoolboy Championship of 1978, and he's well on target for a faster run than the first man up, Kevin Reid. His time was 1 minute 42.6. Gary Dunn is almost home and metaphorically dry, round the last right-hander, underneath the banner in a moment. He sees it appearing before him. Under it he goes. And his time, 1 minute 42.5, is 1/10 of a second faster than Kevin Reid. Good. So there's a new target time, and behind number 2 comes number 3, as Nick Britton flags him away. It's Perry Leask, the son of a great ex-motocross rider, Brian Leask, and Perry is on a 490cc Yamaha, comes from Crawley, riding in the 125 and the 250 British Championships this year. 13 years experience behind him. 57 seconds is his target on the split. Let's just watch him for a bit. Perry Leask then from Crawley. How's he going to take the jump? This is absolutely critical. Must land on his rear wheel, and he does it beautifully. And the front wheel just touches the ground after the reel so that he can maintain the correct steering angle. Now into the chicane, and his split time is slower than that of Gary Dunn. Exactly equals that of Kevin Reid. 57 seconds. So he has got to make up time on this, the second half of the climb, if he is to be faster than Gary Dunn, the fastest so far. Perry Leask, the second jump, clear. Just clipping. There's a 400-foot drop to the left of him back there. Into the gully again. He's out of it beautifully. Now, is he going to be 1 minute 42.5? We'll know in just a few seconds. He's drifting round the left-hander, takes the right-hander beautifully. Now the banner, almost into the fir trees, maintains momentum beautifully. And his time, 1 minute 41.3, is the fastest yet by 1.3 seconds. So he had a really titanic second half there. Terrific. And Michael Watts is next. He comes from Wheatley, 21 years old. He, like Leask, is riding a 490cc Yamaha, and he, like most of them, does this professionally. Makes his money at motocross. 11 years experience in this, in his 21 years of age. So he started, like many of them, very, very young indeed. Mike Watts started motocrossing at 10 years of age. The British schoolboy champion of 1976. Down the jump. Tucks his knees in. Grits his teeth. Winds it up. And another clean landing. Mike Watts then, well on his way. Now, the fastest time that we've had so far is that of Gary Dunn. 56.7, and he's just outside it. 57.1. It's actually the slowest so far to the split point, only by a mere 1/10 of a second, but he's got to go a lot faster on this second half of the run if he is to have a good time. The fastest time we've had so far on the complete climb, that of Perry Leask, 1 minute 41.3. So Watts, out of the gully, gets his foot down, just a precautionary foot. Very easy to lose these bikes. They produce about 50 brake horsepower, and that's a lot of power, especially when you've got a jump and a drop like that on the left of you at Escadafi. And his time is actually the slowest that we've had, still by 1/10 of a second, 1 minute 42.7. So Perry Leask is the quickest overall, 1 minute 41.3, but here is a quick man, 20-year-old Rob Andrews from Upton-on-Severn on his German Myco machine, a draftsman by job, 6 years experience. Now, how he approaches the jump is critical, how he takes it is critical, how quickly he gets up the hill after the jump is absolutely vital, but now he's on the little uphill bit, down out of it, now round the right hand, and now he's lining the machine up to take the planks and the long leap. He's approaching it very quick indeed, is Andrews. And an enormous leap, higher than anybody, and he's really motoring. Now up into the chicane, round the left-hand side of it, and his split time is 61.5, and look at it, no wonder. He's got a wobbly wheel par excellence. He's deranged the spokes, and Andrews has got a big, big problem. It's difficult enough getting up this hill with a round wheel, but he's got an egg-shaped one, and that's going to slow him down if he gets to the top at all. What's he going to do about this second jump? Is he going to try and take it? No, he can't possibly be trying to take it, because he's going far too slowly, and he would just trickle over the edge, and it looks as though Rob Andrews, and look at that, it's not surprising, Andrews has decided to settle just for getting to the top. His split time, 61.5 seconds, naturally by far the slowest, and I would imagine that he's got a large number of broken spokes in the rear wheel. The question is he going to get to the top of the hill at all? Well, you can hear that distinctive thrum, thrum, thrum of the two-stroke engine going slowly. And it's doing Rob's liver a bit of no good, I think, with that unicycle effect as he's getting from the back. Well, the seconds are ticking away. In fact, the minutes are ticking away. And Rob Andrews' full time is 2 minutes 17.1, of course, by far the slowest. But if he can get that wheel changed, he will have a chance to improve with his downhill run. And rotten luck, because he was trying very, very hard indeed. And look at those broken spokes. And here is a bike with two complete wheels and a very complete rider, and this is what he sees. And the man is Kevin Ruddock, 22 years old. He comes from Slough. He won this event last year. He was second in 1980. The machine is a 480cc Honda. It's the same type of machine that world champion Andre Malherbe and Graham Noyce the year before rode to victory in the World Championship. And Kevin Ruddock has really got things under control, and that's the ramp view he gets. Beautiful landing. Incredibly smooth is Ruddock's style. And his time is terrific, 55.2. That is the fastest by far, 1.8 seconds faster than anybody else. And if he goes on like this, and it's another beautiful leap,